It's safe to say that James Gunn's new DCU has been very successful so far, both critically and financially. Every project released under the new banner has been a hit, and the upcoming slate looks promising as well. However, what is the actual status of most DCU projects? Which ones have been cancelled? Which ones are still moving forward? And what can we expect to release in the next year or so? Peacemaker Season 2 will be the next project released in James Gunn's DCU. It's a direct continuation to the first season, and although Season 1 was part of the old DCEU, Season 2 will seemingly ignore that canon and instead treat the events as part of the new universe. Based on what we know, Peacemaker will directly follow the events of Superman, with several Superman characters reportedly appearing, like Otis. The story is said to revolve around Peacemaker ending up in an alternate world while facing off against himself and Rick Flag Sr. According to James Gunn, the Pocket Universe storyline featured in this season will be very important to the DCU's overarching narrative. Following Peacemaker, Lanterns will be the next big DCU project. The show centers on Jon Stewart, played by Aaron Pierre, and an older Hal Jordan, played by Kal Chandler, as they investigate a mystery in America. The series has been described as similar to True Detective, but with a more fantastical sci-fi plot. Sinestro is expected to be one of the major villains. While the tone may resemble grounded detective fiction, the show will still embrace the mythic scale of the Green Lantern mythos. The mystery at the core of Lanterns is said to tie directly into the broader DCU narrative. Those who have read the script describe it as one of the best sci-fi stories they've ever seen. One confirmed plot point is that Hal Jordan's childhood will be explored in the show, and since Kal Chandler hasn't signed on for future projects, it's possible that Hal could die by the end of the show. Supergirl is the final confirmed project that has completed filming and is also scheduled for a release in 2026. A teaser poster shared by James Gunn hints at the film's visual style. The film stars Millie Alcock as Supergirl and Jason Momoa as Lobo. It will adapt the seminal story Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. While we don't know how closely the film will follow the comic, since it is a dense story, we can expect several iconic and powerful moments from the comic to be included. Clayface was not originally a DCU film. It was first developed by Mike Flanagan as a spin-off to Matt Reeves' Batman. However, the project has since been folded into the DCU. James Watkins will direct, with Reese Harris casted as Matthew Hagen. Production is expected to start later this year, and a release is planned for September 2026. According to Gunn, the film will be a purely body horror movie in the style of a Blumhouse horror film. Swamp Thing will likely be the other horror-centric film within the DCU. Directed and written by James Mangold, the film will be a gothic horror origin story inspired by the original Frankenstein books. It's still in active development, as Gunn stays in contact with James Mangold frequently. A Plastic Man film is reportedly in development, with Darren Aronofsky attached as director. This rumor seems likely to be true, as James Gunn has recently met with Aronofsky for unknown reasons. This is one of the most intriguing DCU projects, mainly due to its strange production journey. Batman the Brave and the Bold will center on Batman and Damian Wayne, and the world will be more fantastical. However, it won't be campy, as James Gunn has expressed disinterest in portraying Batman in that way. Andy Muschietti is officially attached as the director of the film, but Gunn has not mentioned him ever since The Flash released, which could possibly mean that Andy is no longer attached to the movie. A writer is currently working on the script, but their identity has been kept secret. Some speculate that it's Drew Goddard, but no solid evidence has been presented. Development appears slow, and the movie will likely release after The Batman Part 2. Gunn recently confirmed that a Wonder Woman movie has been fast-tracked. A script is likely being written right now, but no details are currently known. Gunn did say, however, that it's very different from previous live-action versions. James Gunn was reportedly so impressed with Anna Nogueira's Supergirl script that he brought her over to write Teen Titans, which is in early development, so details are unknown. However, it is rumored that the roster will consist of the ones in the animated show. This unexpected team-up film is being developed by DC Studios. While we know very little about the plot, the title implies that Bane and Deathstroke will either face off or team up for a gritty, mercenary-style mission. The writer is Matthew Orton, and given his style, the film will likely be dark and violent. This is a spin-off TV series focused on Amanda Waller. This show will likely feature her teaming up with members of Team Peacemaker. It's expected to be a direct follow-up to Peacemaker Season 2 and is still in active development. This Game of Thrones style series will explore the Amazons and the history of the Themyscira before Wonder Woman was created. Gunn says the project is slow-moving but is still being developed. This series will follow a man from the future who uses advanced tech to pose as a superhero in the present day. Not much is known about the project, but Kumail Nanjiani is rumored to play the lead role. An animated sequel series to Blue Beetle is in early development. The full cast of the film is expected to return to voice the characters in the show, although the series has yet to be officially greenlit. The second season will follow a new storyline with returning and new members of the Creature Commandos. James Gunn is writing this season, and it remains in active development. Sgt Rock was well into development, with Colin Farrell attached to star and Luca Guadagnino set to direct. Gunn reportedly loved the script, and the production was scheduled for 2025. However, scheduling issues halted the project, and it's now being reworked. The original version likely took place during World War II and may have featured characters like G.I. Robot, but it's unclear what direction the rework is taking. All we know is that Luca Guadagnino is no longer attached to direct. The Authority was one of the DCU's first slate projects, but it appears to be cancelled or at the very least indefinitely shelved. Don't expect characters like the Engineer to appear anytime soon.